right, so we're in progress. Well, hello, Sue.
Hello, Rachel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 60 of Floss Toss.
We're back.
We're back.
I was trying to think of something really, and it's not coming.
No, I'm Rachel, Treehouse Fiber Arts.
I'm Sue, Knit 24, Legacy Fiber Arts, LFA Linens.
Yes, we are so happy to be back with you. And Sue, it's great to be with you. It has been forever. I feel like I haven't chatted with you.
I know we haven't chatted. And yesterday I wanted to be like, oh, let's chat for a few minutes. And I'm like, it's really better not to do a lot of chatting before a floss tube, I find. Before any kind of podcast, like even Chelsea and I, it's like, oh, let's not really talk. Let's just jump into it. Because you end up like forgetting where you said what and who, and yeah.
Exactly. And a lot has happened since the last time we talked. I mean, I went on a big vacation. My shop was closed, not closed. It was open, but I wasn't shipping. Mm-hmm. You have been dying up a storm with your yarn and oh my gosh.
I know. So you were away. You went somewhere wonderful.
Oh, we had a great vacation to the Pacific Northwest where we used to live. We visited Tacoma and Seattle. We stayed on Vashon Island. If any of you are familiar with the Pacific Northwest in that area. I saw my first orca when we were taking the ferry from Vashon to Tacoma. The corner of my eye, I saw something jump, and then I looked and I saw an orca. Even when we lived out there, I never had seen an orca.
I am fascinated by whales.
It was so cool. Cool. The place we were staying on Vashon was right on the water, and we would have these little I think they were sea lions. Every morning they would kind of come by with our morning coffee and eagles and sandpipers and
I didn't even ask you, was it cold or was it warm?
It was kind of like it is here in Michigan in the spring. It was in the 50s and 60s when the sun would come out. You'd get hot if you were active outside. Mm-hmm. And then the little rain would come in, but it would be sunny again. And, there were moments where it would just drizzle a little and we would do our indoor things, and then the sun would come out and we do our outdoor things. It was perfect. It was Pacific Northwest weather. That's just how you live out there,
Yeah. It looked and sounded amazing. I've never been. It just to be on an island. I love water. I love being on the water. There's something about water. I love being in the water. And it's funny. So we've always had a pool because I like the sound of it. Mm-hmm. I just love water. It's probably one of the very few things that just brings me, because you can't really do anything in the water. Like I know people knit and all of that. And like I have a great float. I sometimes read, but that's the extent of it. I literally just lay there. It's heaven. I love water.
Yeah. Well, this water is in the 40s and 50s.
It's okay, but it's still there and it's so peaceful.
The sound of the water, and where we were at, Tacoma is a big port, and it was just right around the corner. We couldn't see the port from where we were at, but these big ships would slowly come by and you could see the name of the ship. So I was on my phone looking at the name of the ship, and then you could see where it originated from and what it was carrying. And it was just interesting to see that. And then we had these big planes that would be coming and going from Seattle, SeaTac Airport. And the friends that we were with, they were really into airplanes. And they had this app that would tell them what planes, the exact plane it was and where it was going to be flying to. So we were like, oh, this one's going to Abu Dhabi, or this one's going to Heathrow, or, this one's going to Japan. It was so much activity of wildlife and technology. And we did a couple days in Seattle, and I mean, we've done all this stuff before, but to go with people who've never been there, it was fun to take them up the Space Needle. We haven't done that in a long time. we had a beautiful day up the Space Needle. We were seeing float planes taking off, and they'd fly right by the Space Needle. They were sightseeing planes, and it was just
Wow.
it was fun. And the mountain was out a few of the days. Mount Rainier came out for us, so it was
Wow.
beautiful. Yeah,
It sounded heavenly. You were gone way longer than I thought you were going to be gone. It's like, wait,
you thought we were there for a long weekend or something.
I know. I'm like, when are you getting back? It's so interesting because like I'm never in your actual presence. We always talk like this. And I'm like, I really don't like when she's away. Like you're my next door neighbor. I feel that way about all my friends. Like, what? They're not home?
This is not right. But you could text me anytime. I mean, I think we did text anyway. It's like I'm still there.
We definitely did, but the whole time, like, I can't wait till she gets home. Like, she's still it's so weird. It's this really weird thing that I have.
I did do a little bit of sketching in my sketchbook, and the big bummer was the watercolors that I really like. Daniel Smith watercolors, they're based in Seattle. So I was really excited to go to the mothership store, which was there when I lived there, but I didn't appreciate it because I was not into watercolors. It closed during the pandemic. So it's just online, and there's no Daniel Smith watercolor store anymore. So I was so bummed about that. I was literally about to get in the car to go there with my friend, and it was
so disappointing
moment when I pulled up the address and it said permanently closed.
Oh, that's so disappointing.
Yeah. So that was a bummer, but still got to go to a really cool art store in Tacoma. It's one of those artist and craftsman supply stores, which is one of those indie, I don't know if it's indie, but it's an employee-owned art store versus one of the big box stores. And I love those types. Same. They're big, but they're still really unique and owned. They're just friendly and knowledgeable people. And
they actually know their products really, really, really well. And yeah.
And then Tacoma has this really unique store. It's all used art supplies. It's called like Tinkertown or something. And it's all like pieces, parts of stuff too. So you can really go in and find just all kinds of parts of stuff. Like just, I can't even explain it. But if you were really into like, what's that genre of art where you're using all the parts and metal stuff?
Collage. I know what you mean.
Steampunk. I mean, they had
all I love steampunk.
Yeah, all of that stuff. And they had a group of kids in that day that I came in at a big table, and they were making stuff out of all that. They were having a class, but
very cool.
Yeah, went to the LeMay Car Museum and the Museum of Glass, and there's so much to do there. Yeah. Beautiful place. But anyways, so that was my trip. Maybe I'll put some photos at the end. That was a lot.
Yes, you should. You should. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm so glad you had fun.
Very refreshing. And thank you to everyone who shopped my shop and was patient about the shipments, and everything seems to have gone out now just fine. You should all have your stuff that you ordered while I was gone. And thank you.
So good.
So anyway, we're back.
We're back.
And inspired. Oh, and I got a really while I was there, they're on Vashon. They have this amazing general store. I forget what it was called. It was called like the pharmacy or something, but it was this old big general store, and every corner you'd turn and have different stuff. Well, they had these huge art aisles, and they were selling all kinds of art supplies, and they were carrying this watercolor set by Prima, and it's artist quality watercolor pan sets, and they were in different colors. But the color palette that inspired me was these blues and greens while I was out in the Northwest, and I thought, okay, this feels like my trip because these are the colors of the water and the trees. So I picked up this this pan of watercolors so that I could kind of play around with these colors. So I and it's a little travel set, so it was perfect for my little trip. So that was my little souvenir.
So fun.
From the trip.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah. That was my souvenir.
Sounds very fun. Well, I've
Okay.
been dyeing yarn like crazy, like insanely crazy. It's funny, we had a very slow beginning of the year, which is kind of normal. And now I'm like, holy moly. But we made the decision to do Advents this year, which in the yarn dyeing world, what that is for anyone that isn't familiar is you get, this is just what I'm grabbing, 25 mini skeins that you open one a day. They're all packaged and you open one a day. And then at the end, sometimes people offer a full skein as an add-on. And we did not do them last year. For the first year since we've been in business, I had kind of said, no, I'm kind of done. Just because that year we did an ungodly amount and there was just no hope. And then Chelsea came down for Easter. The family came down for Easter and we started talking. And I was like, I don't know, Chelsea, I have this idea in my head. I can't believe I'm even saying this because I am the dyer in our business. So these decisions ultimately are mine to make. I mean, obviously Chelsea has so much input, but she always says, it's your call, Mom. You have to do all the work for that. So we both got super excited about it, decided we were keeping it to a very manageable number. And then as we were talking about, I think we did a live, everyone's like, are you going to do a DK set? And they do make DK minis now. I will never wind my own minis. Somebody asked me that the other day for another base. There are people that have in the past. I don't know if they continue to, but I cannot even imagine. That would never happen in my world. But so yes, we agreed to the DK minis. So we are doing them and they're limited. And it is, I believe we called it a visit to the North Pole. And we're so excited about it. Like they'll each be named. We think there'll be a map. It's going to be really super cool. There's no way I'd be doing it unless I didn't feel this way. There's just no way. But we're super excited about it. And I have the first 5 sitting there done. And then I have 2 in pans to put in my oven when I finish here today, and I am cranking it out.
So I'm curious how and when that inspiration came to you.
It's really interesting. I was trying to think about that too, because I was trying to connect it to like the morning pages.
Me too.
And I haven't done my morning pages now in a couple weeks. It just hasn't, I haven't been pulled to do them. And I think that's how morning pages work. And when I was doing them, there was a lot of processing going on in my head, and they were so like vital to be able to function. My brain is so full all the time. I do think they were in a way connected. I really do. I don't know. I was just like, again, there's no way. And this, will we do it next year? I have no idea. I won't commit until the idea is there. And the idea has to be solid in my head, like exciting, solid. Like the names we have are so fun. Like it's so fun. Everything about it really feels like Chelsea and myself, right? It's like, it's not like, oh, I thought of this, so we'll do it. Or, there's so many great ideas that people use out there, and this felt unique.
Yes.
That's another thing. I'm so conscious of original isn't possible because there's no such thing as original.
Right.
But I'm so cautious to replicate something that's already out there or resembles it. I'm super, that's just me. Like a lot of people are fine with that, but for me, I've never been okay with that. Right. So it's like before I came up with the idea, I was like, it has to be unique. It can't be just something someone did or close to 2 years ago. And now, having said that, I'm not aware of everything that goes on in the world. Maybe this exists somewhere,
Right.
I've never seen anything like it. So I'm super excited.
Well, and it's inspiring you to do the work.
Yes.
As artists and creatives, it's hard to do something, at least for me, if I'm not inspired to do it. I have to be super excited to do something creative.
So excited because I'll describe my morning to you and how so little of this process is actually creative. The creative piece, well, the mind, like my brain does a lot of the, solving what it's going to look like before I even go to the dye pots. But the actual creative end of yarn dyeing takes about 2 minutes. Yeah. And so the yarn started soaking last night, and then I spent however long filling pans, which there's not a creative piece of that. And so when I'm done here, I will get to do the actual dyeing, which will be about 1 minute to 2 minutes per pan. And then I will fill the oven, and then I'll take them all out and I'll have to rinse them and hang them. And I already have 2 racks full that need to be twisted. None of that is creative. So it really gets your mind going. Like, so much of a creative's life is prepping, right? Yeah. It's not the actual process. But I do like twisting because I can sit down. It's the only part of my day where I can sit.
Yes. Yeah. So it is those moments where you can do other things too. So that allows you to relax a little bit. It's not the physical. And there's things too that are mindless that you can do while you're chatting with friends. You can do things while you're watching a movie you want to watch or listen to a book.
Yes, I do a lot of books on tape, but also those processes are important. I'm not eliminating the importance of them because quite often as I'm filling the pans, I'm imagining like how I'm going to put the dye down. Yeah. Am I going to speckle? Aren't I going to speckle? Am I going to pour? Am I going to squirt? Like there's all the techniques. So like, I feel like one of them is already solved in my head. I don't even have to think about it. But the other one is like imagining how the colors are going to play together.
Right.
We were talking about this the other morning on the morning live. It's like, I've been doing this for 7 years. So I finally feel like I really know what I'm doing. I really know how this thing works. So that's the part of it. As I'm laying the skeins into the pans, I know how colors play together. I know how colors look together.
Yeah.
So a lot of solving of those processes happen during that monotonous laying of the pan. But anyways, that was a long spiel about we're doing Advents this year.
Yeah. But that leads me to another question. Over the last 7 years, do you find the base, like you've used the same 80-20 base or whatever for 7 years? When I say 80-20, I mean like the 80 wool, 20 nylon for say the sock yarn. Has that changed? Like what happens when you get some and it's changed? I'm sure it morphs a little bit in terms of how it takes dye, or no, it's pretty much consistent from.
It's pretty consistent. All the bases take dyes differently.
Yes, that's
like the non-superwash. We probably work with 5 to 6 different bases, maybe 7 to 8. I'm not sure, but we have our steadfast ones. But like I will, like the non-superwash, we had a customer that was like, I really want this. And I was like, you know what, that base just isn't going to take the color the way you want it to, because you're seeing it on this base. It's not going to allow the speckles. If you really want the speckles, it's not going to allow that.
Right.
So things like that. But it's so funny because for so long, I'm like, God, I'm just playing here. I have no idea.
I know.
And all of a sudden it hit me. It's like, no, I kind of know what I'm doing finally.
Yeah.
7-year mark, but
it's fun. Yeah. Well, yes. And now you're inspired to do it again.
I know.
And you had this idea, and then Chelsea came, and I'm seeing the two of you over Easter coming up with all the different locations or whatever it is that you go to when you go visit the North Pole. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
fun.
so fun. When she's here, it's like there's so much to be said for actually being in the same place and having these conversations. And because when you're together, you can have those conversations like this. They're very spontaneous. Like we could be doing something totally different and all of a sudden it'll hit me or her.
Mhm.
Whereas, it's a FaceTime call quick, and that doesn't always
Yeah.
work when you have two little ones and
No.
chickens running
Oh my
around.
gosh, she's got chickens now too.
I know.
Okay, and you still have spots available in both?
Yes, yes. So yes, we still have availability on everything. Plus the add-ons. The only way you get the add-on is if you buy
Mhm,
the original package though.
mhm,
Eventually, will I sell that add-on color? I don't know.
mhm.
I never know.
Fun stuff. Well,
Yeah,
cool.
it's very
So,
fun.
and in between all that, you've been stitching.
I have been stitching, and
Let's get
you're
to the
gonna
stitching on Floss.
die when you see what I've been stitching.
I'm gonna DYE or DIE.
Let's say DYE.
Yeah, let's say that.
I know. What have you been working on?
Well, talk about inspiration. I have been packaging up so much of your Ada, and I am a linen stitcher, not an Ada stitcher. Well, I could not resist.
I know.
I broke down. I had to start stitching on your Ada, and I have had this one in my craw for maybe a year. I love this one. The
I love
simple,
it.
when the queen is happy, there's peace in the kingdom. I've wanted to do this for so long. And I love this red, the idea of the red. I think it's beautiful. But when I saw, what's the stitch shop in Spring Green? Everyone's shouting it out, so I don't need to say it. You all know it.
Country Stitches?
Country Stitches, yes. They did it in more of a dramatic, dark grayish tone. And so I pulled out Millstone, and I found in my stash some charcoal in weeks. I had enough of it that I thought would look nice. And I started,
I
I think this is 16 count.
have to move it over this way a little.
It could be 14. But I'm making it big. It's going to be 10 by 10 because I want to make a pillow.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? Honestly, I don't love it in red. I don't
No?
know why. And I love red.
Mm-hmm. It's
I
either going
love
to be a pillow or it's going to be in a really gothic frame. I haven't decided. And it'll go on one of these red walls here in my office,
I love it.
So,
Oh, I love it.
yeah. And
I
do
totally
have,
get it. I've been wanting to stitch on the Ada for so long.
I have to say it's exactly what I needed coming back from vacation, and I'm holding it double. It's mindless. It truly is. The border is just super fun. I'm
Love
using a 26 needle. It's really a lot of fun. Just cruising along in this millstone. Your Ada is so soft. It's just soft and
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Carrie's right. Carrie is
I-
right. I do.
I know. I am going to pick something to do it because I have tons of it laying around somewhere. I think it's downstairs.
Yeah. I got it all wrinkly, so it's hard to see the modeling. I
Oh,
think.
you can see it like crazy.
I love this millstone.
Oh, I love Millstone. Millstone's my favorite, I think.
So Sue, I need to place an order for everything for the shop again. When
I
you're
know.
done dyeing yarn.
I know. No, I'm doing a heavy dye week.
Oh,
And then next week, I'm thinking at the end of the week, I'm going to start because I do have to put in at least a week or two for fabric.
I do have a smattering of a bunch of stuff in the shop for fabric if you're interested. I do have that pile right there is all Ada. So yes, so I do have more in the shop, folks, if you want some. And I do have this in the shop as well. So
I love that.
So honestly, that's what I've been working on. That's the one I wanted to show today. I've been working a little bit more on the Christmas one, the fifth day of Christmas, but not enough to show. That's the one I really wanted to show. I didn't take any stitching along on the trip.
Stitching is hard. I think because we are knitters, when I wasn't a knitter, stitching went everywhere and it didn't seem like an ordeal. Now I'm much more inclined to have knitting with me. Like when I go to Vermont, I never bring stitching just because I need really good lighting and I don't have it. And then it's like scissors and needles and threads and
I took knitting too. I took my Musselburgh hat.
Yeah, I do tend to do that. Well, it's interesting how you went to Ada because I did something very different. Were you going to show something else in my intro?
Nope, that's it.
So I don't know if you remember a long time ago, the lovely Renee, I hope I have that right, Thistle. She sent me a package of very fine linen. I hope that's right, Renee. I'm pretty sure. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And a pattern. I don't know if this was free. Blackbird Designs, petite letters. I have a feeling it was free. I'm going to just flash it really quick. Missed it. Sorry.
I didn't even see it.
Basically a little sampler with letters and the person's name, which it says you can put in your own name. I may put in, I don't know. So anyways, she had sent me 2 packages. Well, I think there was actually one more. 45 count Jersey cream linen from Hobby House. I have to order something from Hobby House.
I know.
And 56 cream linen Zweigart, a fat 8.
Ooh.
So I decided I was going to do the 45 first.
Is that how they send you their linen?
I'm pretty sure.
See it. That's so fancy.
Yeah, fat 8. It's really nice. It's just like, but remember, these aren't full yards. They're not fat. They're fat 8s.
They're so cute.
But a fat 8 on a small linen is a pretty good size.
Wow.
So,
yes.
I started and I'm using, which oh my gosh, I'm killing myself. Like, it's so gorgeous. So it's the 103.
Oh, 103. Yep, 103.
It's Swadesh, well, something, a Versois.
A Versois.
100% silk. I gotta tell you, and it's one strand. It's heaven. Heaven.
You like it with your hands? You always said
yeah,
so?
because first of all, I had to look to see if it was silk. Like I was like, wow, I wasn't 100% sure because I wasn't sure what I was working with. I just started assuming.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, look how teeny tiny. But I can see it fine. I'm using the exact same setup.
I can't believe you're doing that.
56 must be minuscule. What I might do, no, I wouldn't do the same one, but I'm gonna get another teeny tiny one. I did this very quickly. I only worked on it a day, not even like a couple hours. No problem.
Oh
I am using is it a 28? Now she put in these, which I keep going to try. A couple things. I cannot do the sewing method. I have to stab.
Oh.
Maybe that will come, which that's a little frustrating because it's so slow.
So is it because it's so little?
So small. I think if I go to these Mary Arden bead embroidery sharp point.
Oh my gosh.
I think then maybe, but I'm not crazy about a sharp point because I bleed.
Oh, that and I get in between the holes with it.
Yeah, but I'm going to try it. I trust that she sent them for a reason. I'm going to try it. I can't believe it's taken me this long to dive into this, but it has been like really on my mind. But look at this great blue. Maybe the next one I'll do in blue. It also makes me kind of, sort of want to dye some smaller count.
Oh my.
So leave a note below if you would like to see a smaller count in Rachel's shop.
Yeah. Leave a note below.
Leave a note below. So yeah, so
Let's try it.
I am really enjoying it.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. And like, I think it's Jean from the attic always says, like, it's no big deal. It does feel like it's no big deal. Now, let's just pull out the 56 count. I'm afraid. I'm a little afraid of 56. Like the stitches are going to be like.
But you know, we have our 40 count Mary, the 40 count Carrie one, the crazy flower one.
Yeah.
And we have a hard time picking that up, you know, sometimes because it's 40 count.
Oh.
Do you have a hard time picking that?
This doesn't look a whole lot different.
Wow.
I mean, it's small. Don't get me wrong.
Are you putting 3 glasses on top of each other for this?
Just 2. But it's interesting. This one has a more open weave than that one. This one is denser.
No. How is this possible?
Maybe I'm working on 56. Maybe I put them in the. No, that bag wasn't open. This one, the holes are bigger.
Huh.
They're so small.
You switched them. Okay, so I worked on 14 count this week and you worked. We are
That's
weird.
the irony of it, right?
We are weird.
I know. But again, one color. I don't know that I would do. I mean, maybe by the time I'm done, I'll be like, I'm doing a whole sampler. The bigger, the better. No, I don't think so.
Stay tuned. Next week, Rachel cross stitches on a tennis racket and Phil was
Oh my gosh.
Fly.
So I just started listening to the podcast that you love. So
that's what made me think of
yes,
it. Yes.
Okay.
I started listening to it too.
I was like, wow, how did she come up with tennis racket? I just heard that.
I'm not that good. It made me think of it. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So I worked on that.
Wow.
And then I worked on one more thing and I got a ton done. Oh no. Hold please. Oh no, this is it. I've also discovered, because I couldn't find, I hate this about these. I do have a gorgeous bag. I'm sorry. This is a big piece. What was I saying? Totally lost my train of thought.
You hate though. You have nice bags. You worked on these. You said, "Uh-oh."
Oh, I know. I've discovered I could not find my small hoop because I'm one of those people that thinks I'm going to pick something up and I don't, and I leave a hoop. So I was using this one. Now this is
I wondered why you were using the big one when you showed it the other day.
Yeah, this is like probably a 5-inch hoop.
Yeah.
It hurts my hands. It's too big. It's so bizarre how I've gotten so accustomed to using, is it a 3-inch? I don't know, but I love a 3-inch hoop.
You're down to 3 now. I think.
Well, what's this? Do you think? Do you think it's 3?
Well, I don't know. You were getting 4s from me for a while.
Hold on, please.
3 or 4.
It's a 4. I think I do have a 3 somewhere.
Yeah.
It's such a difference on my hands.
Isn't that it? Are you stretching across the whole hoop in the back or?
No, it lets me zero in on smaller places. So I'm not like working up here or here. I'm always working right here.
Yeah.
So if you're a hoop lover, like go ahead and try yourself a 4-inch because it's pretty fantastic.
If you're a sewer.
If you're a sewer, well, mostly a stabber, but I sew.
Yeah.
Because most people that use any form of stretching tend to be stabbers.
Yeah, sure. But you're not stretching on that.
No, I keep it really loose so I can sew. It's just something to zero in on where I'm working. So, of course, I need a monochromatic piece because my brain just right now cannot take in a whole lot.
That's why I like what I did this week. Yeah, I just love all those mini motifs within the big. I just think that is so beautiful.
Do you know this is going to be as big as that black one? I did
Yeah.
not realize how big this was.
And that's on 36 count.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it is.
It's picture this plus. So I'm
Mhm.
assuming it's 36.
Yeah.
But so I worked on this, almost done. I always leave one little bit. I'm a ridiculous human.
No.
I might have finished this. I can't remember. I put in this, I put in that, I put in this, and now over here. I'm obsessed.
Smile so I can get this as a picture. Okay, good.
But oh my gosh, you guys, I love this
Oh,
so much.
gosh, each one of those. That's remember
Forget Me Not,
I mean,
Modern Folk. I love symmetry in every one of these motifs, except I did find something that I thought, oh, he snuck that in there right here. This and the one down here, that one is bigger than the other two.
I bet.
Now, I will tell you, I've had some bouts of ripping out, which makes me so mad. So I could have probably had this whole part done.
Oh no. That's not fun.
Isn't it fantastic?
Yeah.
This motif is gigantic.
I want to work on mine now.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So I'm using Midnight by Gentle Arts. I was having a lot of trouble with knotting. Come to find out, they were a little too long.
I love that moment in your live the other day on Instagram. Problem is, maybe it's a little it's too long as she
I know.
pulls it out and it keeps going and going.
It was like 24 inches, I'm sure. No, it was more than that, I think.
It was funny.
It was a lot. It was a lot. So I've cut them in half again. It's helping a lot.
Yeah.
But I am doing a lot of jumping around, but I am very careful. I am always lining things up, seeing where it falls on the motif before, like as I'm lining it up.
Mm-hmm. Super pretty.
I love it.
Looks great.
I love it. It's so much fun. It's my morning stitch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of back to stitching in the morning. It's fantastic. Now we talked about this, Katie Strachen.
Yes.
Let's just talk about that. I call it a coffin, but it's a casket.
That was funny too. I was with you right there. I was like, what is it called?
I know. But she has adapted this pattern into a box. I don't think this one is going to be a casket. I have to really think about it. A casket. It's going to be a box. And I think a lot of people are joining her. And so she's taking motifs, and I've got to go back and watch. I shouldn't be talking about it because I don't know enough about it. But I'm 99% sure she's using this pattern. I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yes. Thank you. I love it.
Boy.
So yeah. Then I have a finish, but I'm not sure I already showed it. We talked about it earlier. I can't remember. So I'm going to show it one last time, just in case. I might have shown it. I finished Kristen's stocking.
I don't think you showed. I think you showed Ben's.
I think I was almost finished.
Yeah. Are you done with Ben's stocking? I think you are.
Yep.
Yeah, you showed Ben's last time.
Okay, so I have 3 stockings to go to my friend.
Wow. Wait, hold it up now. I didn't even see it.
Oh my gosh. All of the charms are here. I don't know why I'm procrastinating that piece. I don't like adding the charms.
I love that one. Oh, I love that one.
I do too. I'm really happy with it. They're
super cute.
You know what? Why do I think there's something below there? I hope not. Hold, please.
Oh, maybe it's not an FO.
This will make me really sad if it's the case.
Oh dear.
Hold, please.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Live show here.
Hold on.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Thank you for being so concerned.
I felt your pain.
I know.
Okay.
So anyways, charms are going, I have to press them. That's the part. I'm just lazy. Get the charms on.
That doesn't look like it needs to be pressed. That fabric looks like iron.
It does. It'll be a very light press. I may even throw it in my, just like get rid of these lines.
Oh no, I see. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, what fun.
Yeah, I love it. I have 2 more that I should do this year for 2 little girls. I hate that word should. I may get one started. I always like it's like having a sock on the needles.
You're right. It is.
It really is.
It's
just like, oh, I don't want to have to work too hard. And so, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to get back to my Savior's Praise for sure. I'm feeling inspired to work on that now that it's spring and it's just, I don't know, it feels like florals and flowers to me and trees and stuff. So definitely want to get back into that. And I want to get back into my, it's my Lori Holt, it's the series with the 9 squares and it's the virtues, or not the virtues,
Is it the one I'm doing?
Yeah, Prim and Proper. Is that what it's called?
I looked at it this morning because I do want to pull out a color piece. I pulled the one out I think I'm going to work on. I think it is called that.
I think it's called that.
I have to get that done too.
I really want to get that one done.
Mine's like so almost done. It's ridiculous. Those are the things I have to go back and I have 2 of her pieces completely done. The 2 like that completely done. I'm ridiculous.
I have one framed and on my wall.
You do?
Yeah.
I do remember that.
I've got the one with all the flowers page framed for me.
I love that one. That one's done. And then I have the big flower vase one.
Yeah, you have. Is that Prim and Proper?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
I'm not either.
I know.
Anyways, well, fun things.
So then I keep thinking about the lilies one.
Oh, remember the lilies?
Remember the lilies, because of course my lily girl will get that someday. That's been on my mind, but then I was like, no, that's another gigantic, but I really am wanting to work on a sampler. And this is one of my favorites that I put away. And I thought like, oh, get out Mary, whatever, because I'm so far on that. But I was like, that's not what I'm in the mood for. So I pulled out, well, this is a Mary Good.
Oh,
I love this one. I don't know why.
Mary Good.
I just love it. So, and I have quite a bit done on it because I attacked another picture this plus. This must have been before but look I have the entire border done.
I love the colors in it because I love that red and that light blue. It's a cheery sampler.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
I really like it. I remember really enjoying working on it. So I may put some stitches in this for next time.
Yeah. That would be fun. So do you want to see where I've been going with my jelly plate painting?
Yes, I would love to
where
see
I'm
that.
at. I don't know where I left off last, but I want to just show you real quickly. So
well, you said you started using them.
I'm actually using them now.
That's what I want to see.
So did I show you how I've been trimming them up and using them?
I don't think so.
Okay, so let me see if I can bring my camera down. How's that?
Fun.
Okay, so can you
maybe I'm seeing I was going to say push it forward. Perfect.
Okay. All right, and then I'll adjust here. That's good. Okay, so what I've been doing, I got this idea from someone on the internet as a way to really kind of see. Let me see if I give myself a little better light. Is that better?
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. Is to trim them so that all the white is off. And so you just can really see them better. And these are going to be kind of ripped apart into pieces and used for collage and whatnot. Some of them I'm going to use as full sheets because I like how they look. So what I've been doing is just trimming them, and I get these strips where you got some white and then you've got just a little bit of the piece of the gel print. And I got this idea from a lady online, and I want to acknowledge who it is. So I'm going to put her name down below, and I cannot remember her name. And what she does is she takes all the strips and she just glues them down on a piece of paper. This is just a regular 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper. She glues them all down. And then what she will do is just kind of doodle on them and in the white space. And so my first attempt at doodling on them, I used just a black.
Oh, I love it, Rachel.
I know, and a white marker. And I just, let me see if I can get a little closer. And so I doodled in the white space with the black, and I'll bring it up a little closer, and just had fun just doodling.
I love it.
And I just enhanced with the black. You can kind of see, my hand is moving in a different direction than like here, I enhanced some of these with the black so you can see them. And then I got my white marker in and enhanced some of the whites. Up here, this was all, let me see, this was all white. So I just extended with the black and added some details and just had fun. And it almost kind of looks like I don't know, like a Moroccan rug or.
I love it.
Isn't it cool what it turns into?
It's so cool. Are you familiar? Have we talked about Zentangling?
I'm familiar with it. I've never done it before.
It kind of reminds me, like your work over the top of it just reminds me
a
of
little of those elements. Yeah. I was just having fun. Like this was all just white space. Cause like if you just look at the before and the after.
Oh my gosh, Rachel, it's stunning.
You know, isn't that, it was just a relaxing kind of fun. I just sat in front of the TV and just played while we were watching a show. And then you're kind of, and you end up with this cool piece of paper. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it's just a really fun way to use your scraps.
Yeah. So I feel like you could then cut shapes out of that almost, like make cards.
Totally. Yeah. So that's one way that I was using, or I am using. I think for this one, what I might do is some word art. So I might do words. Yeah, that's why I made these a little bit wider.
Yep.
So that I can love that sort of word art. So that's one way that I've been using my stuff. Now, another thing that I've been doing is I have been taking Wendy Sulganic, she's Willow Wanders on Instagram. She's got a Love Your Letters and Wonky Bits online classes on her channel. I love her art journaling. She's got an art journaling class. And
what's her name?
She is Wendy Sulganic. I'll put her information down below. Her Instagram is Willa Wanders, WILLA Wanders, WANDERS. She's known for her beautiful art journaling style, and I love her style. And you'll see if you look at her Instagram, when I saw her style, it just connected with me. And so what you're going to see here kind of looks like her style because I'm taking her class right now. But her class on lettering is just all about practicing your lettering. And it's really about writing over and over and kind of getting your own style of writing. And I've always been interested in lettering. When I was a kid, I'd be making bubble letters and just, practicing my name over and over, that kind of stuff. And this Wonky Bits class is all about drawing just pieces that you can then cut out and use in your journals. And so it kind of starts out with just taking pieces of paper and just sketching, just doing some line art. And so I was just taking basically a white either a white paint pen or a paint brush with white acrylic or black acrylic, and just drawing little stems, leaves. I was even drawing some sailboats, just things that I just practicing drawing different items, words, even like joy. And then what you do, and I was using also some of my pieces of old paper from books. And then the magic of it comes when you cut them out. I was even using like, this is just an old piece of like a card I got in a magazine. I loved this.
Yes.
I thought, ooh, that's pretty. So I made a flower, and the magic comes when you cut it out. Here's some of my birds I stuck in there too. But when you cut them out, they just turn into these wonky bits, is what she calls them. Is that upside down for you? It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
So there's my sailboat that I cut out, and like, a flower I cut out. So they're so
fun.
Cool. Aren't they fun? I mean, another
Yes.
sailboat I cut out.
Just so fun.
So the way I just, like yesterday, I finally had some of these things cut out, and then I started to like look at, like, for example, like this.
Yep.
I've got this piece and I'm looking at it. Now I have it upside down for you, but let's see, how would I look at it? So if I put my sailboat, on that, right? And it's sailing away from the light, and say, let's see, do I have a word? What word would go with that? Oh, how about persevere?
Love.
I mean, you've got a start of, you're going away from the light, persevere into the, there's just,
I love it.
You're just, I love it too. It's got so many.
It's like collage, and then you crisp it up.
You do. Exactly. Yeah, I mean,
oh my gosh, I love it. Like, to me, I'm just seeing gorgeous cards, like send out notes, and
I'm just, so now the fun begins with my art journals, and
I love that.
Or create, I'm just,
it's like you're creating all your own ephemera, basically, which is so cool.
From the very start, yes, it is. I'm just having a blast.
Yeah. And it's so obvious.
Yeah. I mean, like, just little things. I don't know, music notes. Oh, I've got these birds too. I gotta have my angry bird. Where can I put my angry bird? Oh, he should go on here. That's angry.
Oh my gosh.
Now,
well, it's so funny, because the collage pieces, like, for the average, like for me, I think they're gorgeous, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I can see all the elements. But for some people, it'd be like, but then you put those things on top, and the collage is your built-in background. It's like,
it is.
And they're so free flowing.
I
love it.
I love it. I know. I love it. I couldn't love it more. So now I'm going to start. I like the art journaling. I like having the idea of working on it and then gluing it into the journal for some reason. It just helps me. I'm sure I'll do a little of both. Yeah. I'm looking forward to also ripping up some of these, and this one.
That is gorgeous, Rachel.
I've already put some on here. Let me, I've got this Louis Armstrong quote that I love. It's something like, what does he say? It's from the book that we like, The Artist's Way. It's something like, all I did was I took the energy it takes to pout, and I wrote the blues, or something like that. I love that. So I thought, I got to do that. And And that would be a perfect one for this,
That background is gorgeous.
Isn't that cool?
Like the thing is too, with these backgrounds, like I feel like there's no such thing as creating them over, right? They're one and done.
Yeah.
They're so spontaneous. You can feel that when you look at them.
Yeah.
I love them.
I do too. I love them. And they turn into what they want to be, which is and I feel like they tell me what they want to be. That's what I love about it.
Yeah.
And they have energy to them and meaning. And to me, that's what art is.
It's so cool.
Craft. It's telling me a story. It's meaningful, Anyway.
Well, and it's just, it's funny because I've watched Julie Balzar for years making these things, and it's just layer upon layer upon layer. And it's like, and each layer adds to each layer. Like it's weird. Like, cause I'll be like, oh, she just did all that and she's covering it up, but maybe this much comes through. Right.
I don't know if I know that amazes me when they just cover. That's a whole nother thing. I've been watching, her name is, I'll put it down below, Sandy Hester, HdStor. And she's got a really nice channel too. She does a lot of different mediums, and you kind of can watch her grow across her different mediums. Right now, she's really into her landscapes and using acrylics, but long lasting acrylics. They don't dry fast.
Okay.
And she'll go to a site and sketch it out with her colored pencils. And oh my gosh, she's all into covering everything. Like, it'll look gorgeous to me. And then she just covers it all up and I'm, no.
Oh my gosh,
it looks gorgeous again.
I have watched so many videos on, I don't know if it's Instagram, Facebook, where they start out and it's like, whatever. And at the end, you're like,
that's another thing. There's always the ugly first.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, I think, where I know me and myself, and I know a lot of us probably say, oh, I'm not an artist, or I could never do that. We start drawing and we say, oh, I can't draw. No, it looks like nobody can draw at first.
Oh, I look at some of these when they start and I'm like, this is going to be the one that's a bomb. Like, right. I always have that's the first thing. Like, there's no way I'm going to like this. And then at the end, I'm like, oh my God.
Me too.
Crazy. But each of those steps and processes are important to get to what ultimately is.
That's what Sandy says too. And it's about all the layers underneath are just showing up in a way that the depth, it's like, oh my God.
That to me would take years of experimentation, doing exactly what you're doing, allowing that, like not looking for an end product, just keep going and going and going. And that's hard to let go of. That's
just experience and over, and not feeling, you can't look at your materials and feel like, oh, I don't want to waste it, or I don't, you just have to get over that and the preciousness of it all. You can't be that way, unfortunately.
It's funny because this is part of the conversation that Chelsea and I are having for the Creative Seed on this weekend.
Well, there you go.
It's part of it. Yeah. It's so important. It's so important. And I was not, that is not part of me. And there's reasons for it. And it's like now as adults, we can break away from that. Like it is so cool for me as your friend watching this process for you. It really is. It's like, it gives me, it inspires me. It also breaks away from the perfectionism in myself that goes, oh, wow. Like that is way more fun than
honestly, it's so fun. Yeah, it's
It's so
freeing.
cool.
It's liberating. Yes. Well, the shop is humming. I thought it would be fun to go into the shop, and I've never done that before, and I can do that on here if I share the screen. So why don't we go in the shop and see what's in the just in section?
Yes, and I'll tell you, like that just in section is where I go. And when you said that to me, like go to the just in section, it makes a huge difference because I get so overwhelmed with everything. So I just want to see what's new.
Let me just see. Now, do you see stuff right now?
I see
Just me?
person one. I see
Oh,
TFA. Okay, there you go.
oh, okay, perfect. So let's go into there. Do you see the shop?
There you go.
Okay. Hey, welcome. Come on in.
I love this.
Here's my shop. Very simple. Oh, whoops. What did I do?
It's fun.
There we go. We're back. I'm still learning. Okay, so this is the shop, and I've got a lot here on the navigation page so you can get to places pretty quick, but this is the just in section. And anytime I add something new, I put a little tag into it. So it goes right in this bucket. You click on just in, and I put in the first spot the latest thing. So you can see the latest thing I put in was Peaceful Kingdom. And yeah, so these are the items that are just in. And so, for example, Channing Street, this is like a mega kit. I absolutely love this. This is such a beautiful kit. If you click on it, you can see what's in it. I always say what's included, and this one is mega because it's not only the pattern and the floss, but it's also this really cool key ring. And she's also included a sticker you can put on the back that explains, says the title, the designer,
Nice.
stitched it, when you stitched it, that kind of thing. Let me see.
That piece is beautiful.
It's stunning. In person, it was gorgeous at market. And again, I believe this is a market exclusive, the ring and the stitch card.
It's beautiful.
The stitch sticker, I should say. And then for this one, I've also linked the fabric. I have the called for fabric, which is the summer khaki from Zweigert. And you can just go down below here, select size you want. And I happen to have the 32 count and the 36 in stock right now. If that's a size you want, you can just order that right there if you are interested. So that's just kind of how it works. I love this floral etchings too.
I do too. I want that one.
I love these because they remind me of block prints.
Same.
So much for fabric and for paper arts.
Oh, I love that.
And it's the second in a series that she's done. The first in the series is this one. Man, I have that on here big, don't I? But anyways, I love this one too. And this happened to be a series that she had in Punch Needle and Primitive magazine. I think it was 2 years ago now, maybe. She did, I believe, the cardinal, and then it was the owl, the fish, and then the bunny rabbit, maybe. I don't know how it went, but it was over the course of the 4 editions of the year. And then it came out in the whole design, and now she's got this one out, and she told me in person at market that was going to be a series going forward. So,
and what is the floss that she's using?
She's using all Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color flosses. So yeah, aren't they pretty?
So that's beautiful,
isn't it?
It's not huge. 127 by 65. Wow.
Yeah, really pretty. I love it too. It's unique.
Yeah, very unique.
Very unique.
It has a very contemporary flair.
Yeah, I agree. The Itch to Stitch is another new series as well by October House Fiber Arts, and another unique series in that it's a very long and narrow series that you can actually use roly-polies or what do you call I always forget the name of.
I know.
Maybe I wrote it in the thing here. You can use
cakes. No.
Oh, Jelly rolls.
Oh my God.
How can
Oh my gosh, we're making the blanket. How do I not know that?
Honestly, I know the Jelly Roll blanket. Exactly. But the series started out with Snip Snip, which
I love those.
I know. I love all these scissor motifs on here. The motifs alone are worth the, I think these
Is
are
it weird? I would love to do Snip Snip all in red.
Sure. Yeah. And
I don't
then,
know why.
with this kit, you get these beautiful colors of weeks so that you'd use somewhere else. I mean,
Gorgeous.
truly. But yeah, so those two are in the shop right now. These would also be really cool bookmarks, I think, for your journals, your stitch journals or whatever. Yeah. So the other one that's selling pretty fast is this kit, Rejoice Evermore, which is, it's a huge kit. I mean, look at all those.
Blackbird? Oh, Brenda Gervais.
Brenda Gervais with Fine Needle and Thread. Huge amount of flosses to procure.
Huge.
So this one I really did the work, so you don't have to. It was a lot of called for flosses. Wow. And if you want it to look like this, you really need those flosses. I mean, these are really gorgeous colors.
Yeah.
She really thought through these colors. They're gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Strawberry Fair is also a really popular one. This one's been out for a while, so I didn't know if it would sell as quick as it is. I'm shocked. It's selling really fast. I'm going to have to restock this one. Yeah. And I do have the new one that was at market. I'm waiting on one floss that is it's coming soon. It will be in the shop. It's the Strawberry Fair, and then it's a bee inspired one. I forget what it's called, but it's going to be in the shop soon, and it's in the coming soon in the latest newsletter, just so you know. Yeah, so there you go.
Funny, for a sampler. Oh my gosh, I love that one so much.
Yeah, we've had people purchase that one. Again, I think this is such a nice one for it just leans more towards the masculine, in my opinion. And then when I see all these, like, there's fleur-de-lis in here, I just think of the Boy Scouts. And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this would be perfect for my son who's a Boy Scout if I would have made this for his Boy Scout.
I love that
Boy Scout sampler, Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
I know. Super cool. Here's the stitch count. It's a big one. 369.
So many huge ones.
I know. Well, lots of really pretty.
I don't know why I'm drawn to the big ones. I'm just so drawn to them.
I mean, look at all those trees though. Look at them all.
Yeah.
That was a nature lover.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing.
I like looking at it on the computer. I'm always on my phone when I look at your website. It's so, it doesn't do it justice. This is such a nice way to look at it. Oh, I love the bloom.
I know the bloom.
I love that one.
That one's selling really well.
Who was I watching that just did that? I can't remember. I feel like
really? Oh, I'd love to see it.
I feel like someone, maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up.
These silks are so pretty. In person, this was so pretty.
Love it.
It just shined. It was so pretty in person.
It was shiny.
It was shiny. It was pretty. Yeah, and then we're getting down now to some of the ones you've probably already seen. We have a few more of the wool with the pins and just
love.
I mean, yeah, just to give you an idea. Oh, and then Blackwing. Oh, we've got some cool new Blackwing pencils. We've got the new volume 20, which is all about games. And here we'll get a little close up. The point protector. This is the first one that I know of that has a point protector that matches it. It's all about game playing. Table Games is the name of the pencil, and well, this is the Beatles one, but it's just got this really cool etching that's supposed to be kind of symbolic of many little table games that we play. Let's see, Blackwing volumes, table games. It's got a firm graphite that's perfect for keeping track of hit points or tallying a final score. So it celebrates tabletop games and the cherished moments that they can create. Each pencil features a raised polyhedron design inspired by gaming dice and our firm graphite that is perfect for keeping track of hit points or tallying a final score. Yep. So, or doing word games, word puzzles.
Sudoku, I'm obsessed with.
Yeah, so perfect for that person who likes games. And then we got these really cool point protectors that are white, which would be great for your pencils, your white pencils that I had one in my hand, like the you can see me in the corner, like the artist 93 Blackwing. They're very spiffy. And we also got more of the pencil sharpeners in, finally.
They're so fun.
Oh, yeah. And these really cool white erasers, which are really nice too. Yes. Anyways, I love my Blackwing.
Oh my gosh.
There's so many options in there.
I know. I love mine.
Kind of fun shopping.
Struggling with, like, I kind of do the saving thing with Blackwings, which is really not. It's really ridiculous.
Oh no, you got to use them.
I know. I do have two that I use all the time, but then I look at my beautiful box and go, yeah, I'll get to those.
Oh, you have to just.
But I have to get back to, because I love them.
Yeah, you have to use them for sure. Oh, yes. And don't forget about the spring edition of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. That is the last thing I will show. I'm sorry if I'm getting everybody nauseous here. There are some beautiful. This here is my favorite.
Yes.
This is going to be a series. I did not hear back. I probably scared the designer away with my direct message saying, I love you. No, I didn't say that, but I just love the radish, and I just can't wait for the other ones to come out because I love her style.
Yeah, it's funny because Lily is really into drawing, and a way to save your kids' drawings without saving your kids' drawings, like, pick a favorite one and either rug punch it, rug hook it, or punch needle it. That's what we want to do. Like Chelsea and I, like with the girls, like, and they don't have to be big. They can be small, but it's a way to, like, save a few of their favorite drawings. I have one. I'll try to remember. It's a rug of something Chelsea drew. It's not done. It's a self-portrait. Her head is this big and her body is this big, and I'm hooking it. It's hysterical. Help me remember to bring it next time.
Yes.
I tried, like, I have a box of each of the kids. That sounds like I'm so organized. I'm not. But, like, a few pieces from like elementary school, a lot of stories they wrote, things like that. But it's a fun way to, you could do it for your grandchildren. Just pick one drawing, like that first drawing of the family, the stick figures of the family with the house, and you can just blow it up to the size you want it.
I love it.
I think what I did is I retraced over it darker in just pencil or marker, brought it to Staples, had it blown up, and then transferred it. It's a really cool thing to do.
Yeah. Brian and I, when we first got married, we learned from somewhere that when you get into a heated argument, you should have a keyword that makes you both be quiet, and stop arguing. So we were like, what should our keyword be? And at the time, Farfignugan was that silly term, on the
you should
commercials.
stitch that.
Well, so that was our keyword. So fast forward, little George comes home with an art project in like first or second grade. They were doing sketching, and he comes home with this monster, and he called it Furfignugan, but in his, like, he misspelled it all,
Oh, you should do that.
and he called it Sir Furfignugan. And we didn't even know they listened, when we're arguing.
Yes.
And it was called Sir Furfignugan.
You should definitely do that.
I know. And it's this really like angry looking monster. And he's got like a little shadow behind him and like lightning. And it's just, I should do that one. It's on my fridge. It's on the fridge because it's so precious. Like,
oh, you should definitely like trace it exactly as it is. Don't make improvements, like
no,
exactly as it is, and bring it to Staples. Get it. I mean, you could even stitch it. You don't even have to hook it.
I should. That's a great idea. But when he came home with that, it was like,
I was going to say, like, did he just know that word?
I was like, maybe did he hear that too much from us? How much are we arguing?
Oh my gosh.
That was funny.
All right. Well, I have to fill that there oven.
Yes, we better go. I don't know how much time we've talked. We thought this was going to be a short one.
I think it was not too bad.
Well, we talked stitching and art and knitting and dyeing and creativity, and we shopped. We dreamed. We laughed. We cried.
This is where that music comes in.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we hope you all have a great week ahead of you, and we'll
be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back. We hope you are going to come back too.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I had to put on my dye clothes.
Yeah.
I don't dye like this.
You're going to die today.
I'm going to die today.
You're going to die today. I am going to, I don't know, I think I'm supposed to go help Brian find a suit.
Oh.
He needs the new suit. Yes. And then I have work to do. Lots of work to do. Some ordering for you all for the shop and organization. And then it's a weekend of spring cleaning around here.
That's what I'm hoping.
Sure. Yes, for sure.
That's what. But
all right. Enjoy. Peace out, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.